So this is the property of 447 Denton Road in Cedartown, Georgia. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath property, about 1,900 square feet. We just sold this property for $70,000 to another investor, and we're going to be touring this property to show what types of work will be done interior to make this a rental property. The house was built in 1984. It's got a two-car carport, and it sits on 2.39 acres. Comps in the area are pushing the high 190s, fully retailed, but we could probably get about $950 to $1,200 in rent on this property. It's got a shed out back, as you can see through the trees there, and then it's got a small carport here for maybe a boat or a third car or what have you. Potentially you could close this in. Closing this garage in would probably run you about $4,000 with the garage door. So the front part of the house here is screened in. It's going to need some new paint, and it's going to be on the floor and up top. Fix the door here, of course, and go in through the front door. So the idea here on this property is that we're going to try and show the idea of what it actually costs to fix up a property to get it in rental shape. This is Carson Olinger, and I'm with Capital City Equity Group. Please join us. So we're going to come in through the front door here, and as we approach, you'll see that the flooring in here is wood, so we'll just need to repaint this. I'm suggesting a green paint on top of this gray wood. You got vinyl siding here, which is great for rental properties. So this is easily maintained and pressure washed, so really not much needs to be done on the outside. There's a couple of window panes that'll need to be addressed internally, but for the most part, the windows are in good shape for a rental. So as we approach inside the home, this is somewhat dated, so you're going to see a lot of wallpaper and some pretty old carpet, as well as the furniture. So a lot of this is going to be just trashed out as we approach in here. So the couches and all this stuff will be gone. The idea here is we have the ability to paint right over the wallpaper to keep our cost down instead of having to strip that out. The ceilings, even though they're a little bit dated, we're going to keep those because I think it's going to be too cost prohibitive to change it. Carpet needs to be trashed out in here, and obviously all the furniture would need to go. So as we come from the TV room out from the front door, we can approach into the kitchen and the dining area, and to our left outside the front door here are the stairs going up to the 2 additional bedrooms. So we're in here in the kitchen. The linoleum floors are decent. We'll probably clean these up a little bit. Potentially, depending on how much money we have and some other things, we will replace the linoleum. The kitchen, as you're going to see, is very small and very dated. So what is it going to cost to rehab a kitchen like this? Well, the cabinet boxes are in great shape. They're solid wood, so we can repaint these, brighten them up, keep them fresh. We're probably going to do a white coat of paint. We're going to knock out the stove here, which is rather old, and the hood vent, which does, by the way, vent outside. And then we're going to get rid of the appliance here, this refrigerator and this dishwasher. So what goes into the kitchen is going to be basically a new coat of paint on the cabinets, a new refrigerator, and a new dishwasher, as well as a range. We're going to probably keep the sink, but replace the laminate tops with new laminate, and then paint the walls interior. So all told, we're probably going to be about $2,500 on this kitchen when it's all said and done. That includes the appliances and the package. Probably change the light, put a little more updated light in here. As we move through to the dining area, we're going to keep the beadboard and paint the walls as we said. This door out the back is going to need some new handles on it, some new door hardware. So we're going to change that, and probably also put some hardware on these cabinets. And then this goes out to the backyard. So we'll address that here in a little while. There's another porch here. We'll paint green on the bottom and white up top and freshen that up with a workshop there out back. So as we come into the main area of the home, obviously here's the TV room, the stairs going up, we walk back, the kitchen here's to the right, and we're going to come to our first bathroom. Once again, this house was built in the 80s, so this is all original. So we've got a linoleum floor once again. The linoleum's in pretty good shape. Keep in mind this is a rental, so we're going to use this and keep our costs down. The commode needs to be cleaned up, and the bathtub looks decent. It needs to be cleaned up. A lot of bleach will take care of this, and we've got a good shower stall in here, so I don't see a lot of major renovations. And then the cabinetry, once again, we'll probably paint that a nice color, put a new countertop, and then we've got our mirror here. We'll probably keep that and change out this light fixture. Okay, so most of this is going to work pretty well. Our costs in here are going to be rather minimal. So what is that really going to cost us here? We're probably looking at about $1,200, maybe $1,500 for this bathroom. If we were going to completely gut the bathroom, you're looking at about $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the finishes you're going to put in there. And we've got a closet here to the right, and outside the bedroom door there's a coat closet which would be utilized for the main house. Come back to the first bedroom on the main floor. They're using it as an office with some Nautilus equipment. So the trash out here is going to be remove all of this stuff, paint the walls, leave the ceiling and the ceiling fan, put new carpet in here because the carpet's rather beat, and remove all of this from in here and create a bedroom. So basically you're looking at trash out, paint, and carpet, and you're in good shape. And probably we're going to change out hardware on the doors if need be, but at a rental, as long as they're functional and they match, it'll probably be okay. So we move into the second bedroom on the main floor, a little bit larger here. He was using it as a TV room, but this would be a larger bedroom. It's got closets and the escapable windows, so you've got your egress, and it qualifies. Pretty large closet. Probably going to keep the doors. Once again, trash out in here, eliminate the carpet. Ceilings are in good shape. Repaint the walls. We're looking at about $600 for this bedroom. Okay, and we go back down the hallway here towards the kitchen, and if you see that door, that's into the carport there. We'll come back to that here in just a little bit. I'm going to take you upstairs. Once again, the door hardware will need to be replaced. So as we move through the house, you'll see a lot of things that need to be changed, and we'll be addressing those as we go. But keep in mind, this is a rental that we're going to look at doing here, and the costs will be kept down. We're going to try and keep it under $10,000. So as we go upstairs, obviously the carpet, once again, is going to be changed throughout the entire house. So how much is carpet per square foot? You can average, depending on the guy you have, anywhere from $2.50 to $3 a square foot installed if you've got somebody you use regularly. So that's a good barometer. We go back in here to the primary bedroom, which is being used as the master. Turn the light on. Obviously, trash out, carpet. We got some wallpaper, so once again, we're going to paint this wallpaper. Taking it down, like I said, is rather difficult. There's some things to deal with up here on the roof from a previous leak, but has been stopped with a new roof. So we'll do a little touch-up painting. But for the most part, carpet, paint, and we're done in here. So how much is that going to cost? Well, by the size of the room, you're looking at about $300 or $400 when it's all said, but for this room. Keeping the doors on the closet. And then we move across to the other side. These banisters, by the way, are not at code. There's too much of a space. You need to notice that when you come in. So these will probably need to be replaced and put with a new coated banister. Why? Because that'll keep your insurance prices down in case there is some liability issues down the road. You're not wanting to get sued. It's a little landing area. You could create a desk, in here for a small office if need be. And once again, we've got the issue with the wallpaper. So we come in here to this bedroom, a little bit larger than the ones downstairs. So you've got two windows, a lot of natural light coming in here, and then the dormer out the front. So you can create a potential sitting room, maybe a little desk nook or something right there. But once again, in pretty good shape, a little touch-up work here in the corners, a little drywall, plaster, what have you, and we're in good shape. Touch up the paint on some of these little spots from the previous leaks, but primarily we're dealing with carpet and paint in here and cleaning up the windows a little bit. So the cost on this is probably around $400 or $500 again for this room, maybe $600 if we're updating a couple other things. A little storage room underneath the dormer there for some extra storage, and then here's the stairs going down. So then we go into the upstairs bathroom, because this isn't only a 2-bath, it's a full bath, up and one down. The tile here, once again, is in decent shape. It's just got some bugs and stuff from being vacant for a while. The vanity, we're going to probably trash that vanity out. It's a little dated. We could potentially get away with painting it and putting in a new countertop, so we'll look at it both ways, and then dealing with the light fixture and what have you. We got a skylight coming up in here. Always watch on your skylights. Look for any water drips or anything like that, because they have a tendency to leak. But this one looks pretty good. I don't see anything that would lead me to believe there were any leaks. And this bathroom just needs to be cleaned up. Once again, the shower basin is a little dirty, but I don't think anything bleach can't handle. I might need to put in some new fixtures there, but for the most part, once again, for a rental, we're in good shape. We're looking maybe under $1,000 for this. That's on the high side. I tend to be a little more conservative. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And the biggest expense obviously is going to be in the kitchen, just freshening things up, changing out some light fixtures because they're dated, and you're in good shape. So with the acquisition price of $70,000, when an ARV of about 175 to 200, depending on what you do, this creates a great equity position for anybody looking to purchase this property. And the gentleman that's buying the property today is with Cobb County Properties in Cobb County, Georgia. His name is Stan Brodka. He'll be closing on this on Tuesday. So as we come out here, you're going to see behind me there is a shop, which is kind of an added bonus. You're out here on the country, you got 2.4 acres, and the shop provides additional areas to work. So there's a lot of tools in here that need to be dumped out. You got double doors that come in, so you got plenty of room to work here, and there's just a lot of tools. So this is a great shop for someone that wants to tinker around, do some woodworking and what have you, okay? And then out the back, in the back corner of the property, there's another tool shed where you can store all your outdoor tools, lawnmowers, and what have you. And this has got a metal roof, which is only about 3 years old, so luckily we don't have to replace the roof. The roof is in good shape. And once again, I showed you this back porch. We're going to paint that green. We've got a bunch of stacked stone over here, some pavers, if you will. I'm going to create a little paver patio out the back of this. Paint that white, floor green to match the roof, and we'll be in good shape. Pressure wash the siding for about $200 and we'll be done. So going back inside, I'll take you into the laundry room, utility room, and there's a little office back there too. It's laid out pretty well. So here once again is the garage. Then we kick back around here to the back room. Washer and dryer are going to stay, so that's great for a rental. And then you've got this additional room back here with an office and refrigerator, freezer, what have you, and then that door going back out into the shop as we talked about before. So you've got access in and out, and this then goes right outside the back. So that's the house at 447 Denton Road. I hope the information we provided here is helpful in terms of cost structures and dealing with a home. Like I said, we're keeping this minimal for a rental. If we were to trash this whole thing out, we'd be looking at quite a bit more. Probably looking at about a $28,000 rehab, because this wall here that I'm focused on, we would probably blow that wall out. Be about $1,500 to $2,000 with construction, dismantling the wall and putting in a header to blow that out to create the traditional open concept that everybody's looking for now, and open in here. But we'd have to restructure our cabinetry, probably lose this door here and move the door to this window so that we could bring the cabinetry across that face. So the rehab would be a little bit different on the kitchen, but since it's a rental, we're keeping it low. And the cost to do this kitchen, if we were going to do a full-blown retail, would probably be in the range of about $12,000, maybe a little bit less. And then we would tear the wallpaper down, obviously, and paint, so there's extra labor there. We'd probably put wooden floors in versus just keeping the linoleum. We'd probably put in different windows for extra protection from the elements and keeping retaining heat. And then also, by the way, we're going to need a new water heater. I failed to mention that. Water heater is pretty disgusting. It needs to be blown out of here. Subfloor is blown out, so that's going to be needed to replace. So you're looking at a new water heater with installation, flooring, probably put some insulation in that room to keep your water bills down. So you're looking at about $600 for that whole project. So hopefully this helped. Once again, turn this thing around. This is Carson Olinger with Capital City Equity Group. And if you like what you see, please tune back in again. You could see us on the web at www.northatlantahomebuyer.com. We find solutions for people that have problems with their homes. And we're a solution provider. So we find equitable solutions for people that are looking to get out of their properties. So our motto is, don't list your house, sell your house. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks again.